if we're basing it on the formula, which is we want a team with high expectations that exceeds those expectations, right? Since 1989, the average preseason win total of the 36 winners has been 10. So coming into the year, this team's expected to win. And then they exceed their win total by an average of 2.5. So the Niners win total, I think it's 10.5, if I'm correct. Let me double check that right now. Yes, 10.5. So if the Niners win total is 10.5 and they go 13-4, or even 12-5, did you know? Here's a fun fact. So last year's MVP winner, Josh Allen, did you know Brock Purdy actually had a higher EPA per dropback than Josh Allen last year? The last 2 years combined, actually. The success rate last year for Brock Purdy and the EPA per dropback was actually slightly better than Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson over the last 2 seasons combined. Niners have one of the easiest schedules in the NFL. I think they're going to go over that win total. I think they're going to win the NFC West. I think they're going to maybe be the number 1 seed in the NFC. They'll have a chance to compete for that. Unlike the year where Brock Purdy almost won the MVP 2 years ago, right? He was the favorite on Christmas night or Christmas Eve. They played that Monday night game against Baltimore, and they got their asses kicked in that game. Unlike that situation this year, here are the last 4 games for the San Francisco 49ers. They get their bye in week 14. Then their last 4 games, home against Tennessee, at Indy on a Monday night, home against Chicago in primetime, then home against Seattle. They're favored by at least 3 points in all 4 games. 2 of the games are in primetime, so Purdy will get the spotlight. If the Niners get the number 1 seed and Brock Purdy is playing well, even if he is kind of a little goofy sometimes, right? He's got that, Eli face sometimes. But if they win 14 games and he's got a top 5 EPA per play and they're the number 1 seed in the NFC and he gets a little sympathy vote for having the great year 2 years ago and falling short, and we just saw Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen win, so we don't want to get the repetitive vibes. And we've seen, I think a lot of people thought Lamar Jackson should have won last year, but the only reason he didn't was voter fatigue. So I think there's going to be some voter fatigue for Josh Allen this year. I am building a really strong case for Brock Purdy here at 28-1. And again, that's a price that's very appetizing. Unlike Lamar and Josh Allen, which is 5-6-1, you got to sit on that for 8 months. 28-1. If the Niners get off to this fast start, and guess what? Their first 4 games, Seattle, New Orleans, Arizona, Jacksonville, that 28-1 could beat 10-1 within a month. And that's why I think Brock Purdy, if I had to make one bet today that I think is going to gain some value pretty considerably, I think it'd be Brock Purdy.